Hi Christina, thank you for coming back. Today we'll be measuring the strength of your pinch using this pinch gauge, okay? So the first pinch we're going to test is a tip-to-tip pinch. And using this pinch gauge, I'm going to ask you to bring your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to place it here like this, again with your hand at 90, and then you're going to just squeeze as hard as you can, okay? And we're going to test both left and right extremities, and we will be doing, again, 3 trials for each hand. Ready? So let's test your right hand first. There you go, and then just squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's do that again. And let's do that one last time. Very good. Now we're going to test your left hand, okay? Doing the same thing with index finger and the thumb. Okay. Let's do it one more time. And one last time. Very good. And then I'll just take the average for that pinch, okay? Okay. So now the second pinch is called the 3-jog chuck. And for that one, you're going to use these 3 fingers, the thumb, index finger, and the middle finger. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to just squeeze as hard as you can, okay? We're going to test both again, left and right hand, and we're going to do 3 times each. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay. Do it one more time. Okay, thank you. And a third time. Very good. Now we're going to do your left hand, okay? The same thing. Okay. Very good. Thank you. And I'm going to take the average for those 3 different ones. Okay. And now we're going to test the lateral pinch. With this pinch, the thumb will be on the top, and then you're going to just squeeze like this as hard as you can, like this. Okay? Here you go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, we're going to do it again. Okay, very good. And one more time. Okay. And let me just take the average for those 3. Very good. Now we'll test your left hand, okay? The same thing with the thumb on the top and pinch. One more time. and one last time. Very good. And let me just take the average for those 3 trials. Very good, Christina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Christina. How are you doing today?
Very good.
Okay, good. Today we'll be measuring the strength of your grip using this dynamometer. Okay, I'm going to take 3 measurements.
Okay.
And I want you to position your arm close to you like this. Sit up straight. Stand up straight. Very good. I want your elbow flexed at 90. Your wrist should be at neutral like that. And whenever you're squeezing, try not to bend it either forward or backward, okay? But I want you to squeeze as hard as you can. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, is that all you can go? Okay, very good. I'll just take that measurement. And I will be measuring both your right and your left. And that was your left. Very good. And the first one is at 70 pounds. Very good. Let's try this one more time. And remember, try to keep it straight. Don't bend at the wrist, okay? And go. Very good. Very good. Thank you. This one's at 65 pounds. And then a third trial. Here you go. Thank you. And this one's again at 75 pounds. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with your right arm, okay? Again, make sure that your hand is, your elbow is flexed at 90, wrist in neutral, and don't bend forward or backward, okay? And squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, very good. 80 pounds. Let's try this one more time. Good. 80 pounds again. And 1/3 and last time. Okay? Very good. Squeeze. Thank you. 80 pounds again. Okay, and then I would take the average of these 3 different recordings and then just get an average for you. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Hi, Christina. How are you doing today?
Very good.
Okay, so today we're going to be measuring your edema on your right and left hand, okay? So I'm going to ask you to stand up, please. And then just make sure that your sweater is rolled up all the way down. And also, are you wearing any rings or jewelry on your hands?
No.
Okay, perfect. You want to make sure that you don't have any jewelry on. And then I'm going to ask you to slowly lower your hand into this volumeter. So I want you to kind of position yourself like this. Keep your hand at midline. And then I want you to rest your 3rd and 4th finger here on this dowel rod. Okay,
So like this?
Yes,
like
it
that?
will
Okay.
be resting. I want you to stand sideways though.
Like this?
There you go. Very good. And we just want to make sure that we wait until there's no more water spilling out. Okay. Oh, hang on. You're going to make sure that your hand is still. Okay. Do you want to slowly raise your hand? Alright, and then I have some towels for you to dry your hands over here. Thank you. And now I'm going to measure this water that was spilled out of the volumeter in this beaker. And it's showing it's exactly at 425 milliliters. So that was your right hand. So I'm going to just document here your right hand. 425 milliliters. Okay, now we're going to do your left hand. So I'm going to again make sure that the water reaches the spout level. Oh, I should have just done that with this. I don't want any water spilling on the table. And that was your left hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just measured your right hand, I'm sorry. And you just want to make sure that the water comes up to the spout level and that there's none spilling out, which is good. And now we're going to do the same thing with your left hand. Again, I want to make sure that you lower your hand, you're positioned midway and midline, and then just lower your hand until this dowel rod is in between your middle finger and your ring finger. Okay. Do you want to just position yourself facing that way? I could bring this closer to you. Okay, go ahead. Slowly. Just want to make sure that there's no more water coming out. Okay. Perfect. Do you want to just bring your hand back up? And here's a little hand towel. And the same thing, I'm going to use the water that spilled out of the volumeter and just measure it here on this beaker. And this one is at, again, it's at 425 milliliters for your left extremity, and you just want to document that. Thank you, Christina. Thank you. Hi, Christina. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay, today we're going to measure the distance from the fingertip to the distal palmar crease using this measurement tool. Okay? We're going to take the measurements on both your left and right hand. So you can just turn your hand with your palm up, and then I'm going to first measure the index finger. So I'm going to place this measuring tool here, and I want you to reach it with your index finger and just slide it down. Very good. Now with the middle finger and slide it down. Very good. Now with the ring finger and slide it down. Very good. And now the pinky. Very good. They're all at 0. So that's your right hand. Now we're going to do the same thing but with your left hand. So if I can have your left hand on here. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place the measuring tool here, and I want you to reach with the index finger and slide it down. Very good. The next one. Very good. And the next one. Very good. And now the pinky. Very good. And they're all at 0. Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome.
Hi, Christina. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Okay, now we're going to measure thumb opposition. Okay, so what I want you to do is with your right hand, just touch every finger to your thumb. Very good. Now, if there was a space and you couldn't reach all the way for your thumb opposition, that's when I would come in with this measuring tool and then just basically just measure the space in centimeters and then just document it. That you are at 0 because you're able to oppose your thumb. Now do it with your left hand. Touch every finger to your thumb. Very good. And if you were, again, unable to completely reach, I would come in here and just measure the distance from the thumb to your to the index finger, and I would do the same thing for every finger. I would just go in there and take the measurement. Thank you, Christina.